know where I am. I really don't know. And now I'm kind of mad because I keep feeling all these sad emotions all over again. I'm crying. I literally hate this. Hi y'all, welcome to my channel. My name's Brie. If you're new here, I do book content, everything related to books. So book haul, book review, book journals, or reading journals, stuff like that. But today I'm gonna take you with me to go over books I have not finished. I don't know why that took me so long to get out, but it is the end of the year. I know that's crazy. And I want to finish some books that I have not finished. I have about three that for sure I want to finish. I just haven't gotten around to it. There's a couple different factors that played into that. I guess it would be like soft DNFing and then wanting to get back into them. But I don't know. I consider DNF different. I know for a fact I do not want to. Like these ones, I think it was just like I fell into like a reading slump and I didn't really want to read, or maybe it just like wasn't something like I was enjoying the writing and everything in the story. It was just the emotions maybe at the time. I just didn't want to feel those emotions because that's pretty much what happened with one of them, and the other two, I was going through a reading slump. So the first one that I'm gonna finish is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle Jensen. I love this book. I'm 97% through. Like literally almost done. I don't know why I haven't finished it yet. I just haven't. Actually I do know why. The first time was because it got taken away from me on Livy. So it was like, oh, okay. And then the next time was I had been reading it the week of Thanksgiving and I was practically almost finished. And then I had some family stuff happen. And so I just kind of got focused on that. And then finals came, so then I focused on that. And I just never got back around to it. So I want to make sure I finish it. But I'm literally 3 chapters left and then I'm done. So we'll see what happens and I'll check back in when I finish because I'm really excited to finish it. I just want to have another book off of my off of my TBR, and I want to have another book like to put on my read list for the year. I don't think I'm going to hit my goal, but I just want to get a couple more off and just kind of start the new year fresh and not bring anything into it in a sense. And I kind of feel like I want to do that with I want to do that with my whole life, but I want to do that with my reading for sure. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to finish this and then get back to you. So I just finished A Fate Inked in Blood. And I had 3 chapters left. I didn't think any more twists and turns could be happening. I was definitely wrong. Most definitely wrong. I really liked it. If anybody has ever read this book, you know that there's a lot of references about fate and like how her powers are intertwined with that. And I really liked that. There's something to me that's very interesting. I feel like a lot of times in fantasies, it's like you're fated to do something, like you're fated to do something. And this one, it's more of like, they keep telling her that, but she always struggles with like, does she have the control herself? And I really, really like that it's like she's coming into her own power and she's figuring out how to control that, and not just control that, but also not giving others control over her. And I really liked it. Like I liked the way it ended. I think I'm gonna give it like a 4 star. I don't think it was a 5 star, but the writing was really good. I haven't been reading fantasy that much, but I think because I was able to put some pieces together, and I had a feeling on something. I had a really strong feeling on something, but then I just kept. I think because the book was gaslighting me, I gaslit myself into thinking I was kind of wrong, because I was like, I don't like. They just keep bringing it up, and it makes me think that this thing that happened is not actually true, and at the end I was right. So, yeah. But overall, I really liked it. I'm gonna give it a 4 star. I'm so glad I got to check that one off. Literally seeing the 100% on my Libby was great. I had been listening to this one on audio, and I tried to read it, and it just like I couldn't actually sit for it, so that's why I was doing it on audio. And I think I enjoyed it so much better. Sometimes with fantasies, it's a little easier for me to do it on audio, just because I can build the world in my head and I'm not also thinking about reading, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm just listening. So I really like that. Like, there were some moments I remember listening to the book and I was like doing something and I could see it in my head, and I just love when that happens. I love it so much. But yeah, I could think that's a 4 star. So that means I'm gonna go on to the next book. And I'm a little scared for this one. Not in a bad way, but I just am scared. I don't know if any of y'all have seen, but in the summer I had started reading the Boys of Tommen series, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had picked up Redeeming 6 on my way to vacation and in Florida, like on the drive, and I read a good chunk of it, and then I didn't read it while I was there, and then on the way back I read more, and I was trying to finish it. Girl, was she very much striving for things she could not achieve. I couldn't find the word that I was looking for, so I just said that. But I really wanted to finish that book that day, and there was no way that was gonna happen. I'm about 52% through Redeeming 6 by Chloe Walsh. I binged Saving 6, Binding 13, and Keeping 13. And so I really wanted to finish this one, and I want to get into Taming 7. I know that there's controversial opinions on it, but I just really enjoyed that world and everything. With Redeeming 6, I wasn't able to finish it, mainly because it is very heartbreaking. If you've ever read any of these books, you know there's trigger warnings at the beginning, and there's trigger warnings in Binding and Keeping 13. And I thought, like, I mean, I knew, but when I went into Redeeming 6, I knew that there was the same trigger warnings, because Saving 6 and Redeeming 6 are over the same couple, Joey and Eva. But Saving 6 is all the backstory, and then Redeeming 6, as of right now, it is all syncing up with the events of Binding and Keeping 13. Like, I think right now I'm at the 50% mark, and I know I'm on an event that's the end of Binding 13. And so I am completely nervous. I am completely stressed out, and I think that was why I had stopped reading it. Like, I would read it and I would just get so emotional and so sad, because I genuinely really really care for these characters, and I really like the writing. I really want to know what happens in their story, but it is so heartbreaking that I just had to like break for a minute and go to something else, and then I just never came back to it, because I know that it's very sad, and I didn't want to be sad. And I think right now I'm at a point where I'm okay to feel sad. I want a book that makes me feel that way. So that's why I want to get back into it. Also, just want to check it off. And I picked it up the other day and I read like a page or two, and I was like, I forgot how funny this book can be. Like, it can be very sad, but it can also be very funny. And so I'm going to get back into it. I'm going to try to finish it, and we'll see how that goes. I have to leave for work in a little bit, so I don't know if I'm gonna read for the rest of the day, but I'm definitely gonna try, and we'll see what happens, how long this is gonna take me, and stuff. But I really really I want to finish this in the next couple days, and then get on to a third book. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. But I'm gonna get into Redeeming 6. So please pray for me, y'all. Please pray for me. Because Miss Girl's already like getting emotional thinking about it. So yeah. Y'all, not me realizing I was actually a lot further along than I remembered. I was at this part where it's like the end of Binding 13, and Binding 13 ends like very like almost cliffhangery. So I when I got back into it right now, I was reading the part that's like the beginning of the cliffhanger. Right now I just got to like where the cliffhanger stops and we get at the start of like Keeping 13. Tell me why I'm reading it, and I'm reading it from Joey and Aoife's point of view, or listening to it, and I'm like, I've heard this before, because there's something that's said and it literally makes Aoife cry, and I remember being like, I'm crying. Like I was crying. And right now I started getting emotional again, and then I was like, no, I read like I've heard this before. I checked my Libby. Tell me why I actually had it on my Libby. I thought I had it on my Audible. No, I had it on my Libby. And that's how I got further along. I'm so dumb. I'm so mad. So I wasted my time this morning listening to the book, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep reading. It's it's getting sad, but I know that there's more coming, and I need to know what happens. Like I need to know what happens now. Like I'm fully invested and I'm committing to finishing this. So fingers crossed I can. Also update, if I don't know if I said this. This is the week of Christmas, so your girl just finished her biggest shift today, and tomorrow I have like a 5 hour shift, and then obviously Christmas Eve stuff. But fingers crossed I could sit down and finish this like Christmas Day. So I'm gonna try to get through as much as possible tonight, because I'm actually like I'm stressing real hard right now. It's really hard. I found my light, and this is crazy, but I don't know where I am, guys. I really don't know. I thought I was 50% through the book. I keep having to skip chapters because I read this already. I really don't know. I try to check on my Libby app, but there's a hold on the thing, and it won't tell me exactly where I was. The last annotation I made was at 61%. I'm currently sitting at 61%, and I'm still kind of like skipping every 30 seconds to see like maybe I missed something. But then by the end of it, it's the end of the chapter, and I already know it. Then I get to the next chapter. I already know what happens. So I end up skipping the chapter and then start the next chapter, and I'm like, maybe I just need to go back a little bit. Nope. End up knowing what's going on in that chapter. I don't know where I am. I really don't know. And now I'm kind of mad because I keep feeling all these sad emotions all over again. Like, I'm actually, like, I'm sad. This book is so sad. Also, my Libby told me, okay, so my Audible tells me I have 7 hours left, but my Libby told me I had like an hour left. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's happening. I know what's happening in the book, but I just don't know how much I have left. I really hope this audio is recording because it's really gonna make me mad if I don't have it on there. Okay, let's see. If I open up my Libby and I pull up my reading journey, it says August 22nd, you picked up this book 7 times, read for 3 hours and 20 minutes, and you're on track to finish in 1 hour and 57 minutes. But the last highlight I did was at 61%. I really don't know. I'm sad. Can somebody freaking, like, can you tell me where I am, please? Because that would be really nice. Also, like, there's no, like, this audiobook's 32 hours? Okay, wait, I found it. It says I read 60. Okay, that makes more sense. It says I've read 63% of the audiobook, so I am further along. And it says I read that much in 3 hours and 20 minutes. That's a lie. I skipped a good chunk of it because I read it physically. And it says at this rate, you'll finish in 1 hour and 57 minutes. That makes a lot more sense. I'm not that fast of a reader. And I also don't like this one in like freaking 2 times speed because it sounds disgusting. Okay, 63%. Miss Girl, you couldn't have said that? Like nowhere in here do you say that. And then I click, where did I go? Where did I find it? Where the heck did I find it? Over here. Oh, I have this, I clicked this little like card icon thingy. And that's where it told me. Right there. It told me right there. So, I'm about to figure this out right now because I might just keep skipping for the meantime and figure it out because, yeah, right now, Joey is just making me sad. Aoife is just making me sad. The only thing that's making me like feel better is when they're cutting to like the other side characters. Like a second ago, we got a glimpse of Claire and Gibbsy, and I remember reading that part and being like, oh my god, I'm excited for their book. But also don't get too excited because everybody says that it's not holding up to their expectations, so I'm trying not to get too excited. But that chapter made me laugh, like it was cute and funny. So yeah, but now we're back to the sad stuff and I'm a little scarred. I'm very scarred. So fingers crossed it goes right. Well, this book is really sad and it has trigger warnings, so I don't think it's gonna go right. Also, I know it's not gonna go right because I read Keeping 13. So I'm just very scared. I'm so mad. I just need, like, I need to know more what happens with Aoife than what happens with Joey, because I have an idea what happens with Joey. But, like, I just like his emotions, like knowing his emotions, I think is what's getting me. Because, oh my god, I just feels for him so bad and I love him. And no, there was a part that I remember reading before and I reread it right now and I was like, like, why'd they have to say that to Aoife? Like, I love her and like I hate that she felt that way and I hate that somebody told her that. Like, honestly, I was like, this girl's so powerful. I'm surprised she didn't just slap them right then and there. Granted, she ate with what she told them, but I'm surprised she didn't just freaking like on them because, oh my goodness, I could not. But I'm gonna find out where I am because this is really throwing me off. So we'll see what happens. I'm crying. I literally hate this. I don't hate it. I love it. And it was sad. But the way that like she uses music and it's always set up as like a playlist, but the way that they use music always makes me cry. Like for this one, like the music is like resembling her feelings, and they just listed them out, and I'm not okay. I'm so sad. I I told you guys this was heartbreaking, but honestly, I have this at like 2 times speed, and I'm also reading along with it. Like I pulled out my physical copy. This chunk right here is how much I have left. It's kind of like 200 and something pages because I think I'm on 505. Yeah, I'm on 505 and it's 757 pages. So I have like 250 pages left. So, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking it's barely like 10:40, so I might be able to finish it. I just don't know. But I'm already sad. Like I've been so sad. The way like this is just like breaking up all my anxiety and stuff. I need a water or something because I'm not feeling great. But I can't. I finished Redeeming 6. Yeah, that was like really sad. I think I think I was expecting to cry more for the I think I was expecting to cry more because of Joey and like towards the end, but I honestly cried pretty often throughout the book. One thing I'll say is this is a very, very sad book. Like very sad, very heartbreaking. There's a lot of like things that happen to the characters that they're going through. And like for me, the first book built up themselves and their relationship so deeply that all the anxieties they were feeling, like everything they felt, I felt to my core. Like I couldn't, to put it best. So there was a lot of moments where like even with Aoife, I felt her anxiety, I felt her sadness, I felt her heartbreak. And with Joey's, I felt like his despair and his like his his disappointment, and I guess like his lack of wanting to like even try in a way, and it sucks so bad. I i rated this 4 stars. I will say like I do like it. I like the writing. I like the pieces we get of the other characters. I've said this before with Chloe Walsh's books, is that there can be like a very sad, heartbreaking moment, and then you get a chapter where it's just like so funny that not that you forget about what's happening, but it's just kind of like that's kind of how life is sometimes for people. It can be very stressful and very sad, and then you have these moments that are just like, what the heck is going on? And I like that about her books. Um I just like I have so many feelings and emotions. I'm really happy with Joey and Aoife's ending. I think it's perfect for them. I think it's exactly where I wanted them to be. So I like liked it. I really liked it. So it's a 4 star. I This was like one of the last books I had to check off of my list. I was about 50% through, so I got through 50% in a good amount of time. I was planning to add another book onto this video, but when I looked at it, I honestly was only like 2% through, and I really am not in the mood to read it, so I'm not gonna add it. But let me know what you thought. Thank you for coming along with me to figure out and read these books before the year ended and being able to kind of close them out before going to the new year. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one.